Hi, this is Scott with Harbor Property Management, and I just wanted to reach out once again with an update on several laws and changes that are occurring in our industry that affect our business, affects my clients, affects me as a property manager, and how we operate as a management team in the screening and maintenance and operations of my client properties. A major update. If you have State Farm as your insurance provider for your property, be on the lookout for non-renewal of your policy letters that are going out. We're experiencing this with several of our clients that have State Farm for their property. They are not renewing many of their policies. They're trying to get out of California is what they're doing. So keep an eye out for those. Two of the main reasons is the electrical panels on your property or the age of your roof. And there's a dozen other minor little things that they're nitpicking, including pools, railings, dogs. So several things to keep an eye out. If you get a letter from State Farm saying, for example, your roof needs to be updated, your electrical panel needs to be updated, those are big expense items, one. And two, require permits. Electrical panels, for example, it could be a 6-month process just for the permitting. And State Farm, from my understanding, is giving 60 to 90 days to correct or remedy these items. So please keep an eye out for that. I have a terrific insurance person that I work with. I'd love to put you in touch with that person if you need to speak to a professional in that industry and maybe get or line up a new policy if you're affected by the State Farm pulling out of California pretty much. So some of the electrical panels, for example, let me read from my list here. Federal Pacific, Zinsco, Challenger, Trumbull, Bulldog, Pushmatic, FPE, Stablock. If you have one of those electrical panels on your property, let me know. This affects all properties from what I understand, down to your single family homes or your multiple units. This is going around right now. Keep an eye out for that. Call me at my office or Guillermo. He's working with my team to help my clients in the renewal of their policies and those electrical panels being replaced. Next item that I'd like to cover with my clients is the new security deposit law that took effect in June. That's, I believe, AB 12. Reading off this list here. Signed into law, it limits the maximum security deposit that we can collect from the new tenants that are moving in to just 1 month's rent. The new law also prohibits landlords from asking for a last month's rent up front, deposits relating to pets, if you can believe that, any other upfront payment as conditions of the lease. All these are considered part of the security deposit. 1 month's rent. That's all we can ask for now. There are some minor exceptions. If you own no more than 2 residential rental properties consisting collectively of no more than 4 rental units in total, it doesn't affect you. If you're a sole proprietor or an LLC that is not owned by a corporation or another LLC, you're okay. But just making you aware of this as we are getting into the summer season, a lot of tenants are moving in. We're signing a lot of rental agreements. We want to make you aware of this new law that California passed. It's not me. State of California passing some new laws that are making our business even more challenging. Another item that I'd like to get to, and this is a hot button for me because I'm not liking the direction that California is going with all these anti-landlord laws. But I have to tell you, this is now the cost of doing business in California as a rental property owner. There's 2 Section 8 laws that recently passed. 2020 and 2024. I believe it's SB 329 and SB 267. Those are 2 Section 8 related laws that affect me as the property manager managing your property and you as the landlord property owner. Here's what I'm finding. I'm processing applications. We're finding a large uptick in Section 8 applications. Here's the new laws. There used to be a time where you could say, I don't accept Section 8. You can't do that anymore. That is the new law that was passed in 2020, 329, SB 329, where you can no longer say, I don't accept Section 8. If somebody calls you, and if you're a non-client, listen to this, write this down, and if you're ever asked, do you accept Section 8 applicants? Your answer is yes. Clearly, without any equivocation, you accept Section 8 applications. By saying you don't accept Section 8 applications, you are discriminating based on the Fair Housing Guidelines. And that could lead to a fair housing complaint. You'll get a nice letter in the mail. It'll be 5 or 6 pages, and it's going to ask you to provide everything down from your rental criteria. How did you make the decision? I want to see the other applicants for your property. I want to see a history of applications and tenants and leases for your property. You're going to spend the next 7 to 10 days putting together information just to defend yourself because of that comment that you made about not accepting Section 8. I want you to understand this is not me. This is the state of California. Personally, if I had a rental property, I may or may not want Section 8. That's totally entirely up to you. There's some pluses to it. There's some cons to it. For some people, it's a good fit, and for others, they may not like it. But it's the way it is now in California. You have to accept Section 8 applicants. You don't have to approve them. You have to accept their application. You still have to screen the application, right? Well, in 2024, SB 267 was passed by the state of California, where now you have to accept Section 8 applicants. Again, you don't have to approve them. That was in 2020. Now in 2024, the new law, SB 267, I believe it is, credit history. When an applicant applies for your property, you now have to give them the option as to whether you want to verify their qualifying for your property based on their credit history or their ability to pay the rent. What would you choose? What we're finding is most of the Section 8 applicants are choosing, qualify me based on my ability to pay. What do they need to qualify for? The ability to pay their portion of Section 8 payment. Section 8 pays this, they pay that. They only need to qualify for that. And so I want you to know, don't shoot the messenger. Again, I've sent these videos out for quite a while. It's not me. I'm just playing by the rules like everybody else. But I'm finding that this is a big problem for some of my clients out there because they're not aware of this. And so this is why I'm making this video. They're not aware that this deposit issues are coming up now. I want to make you aware of that so it's not a surprise when my team calls you up and say, hey, we have 3 applications. A couple of them are Section 8. You can't say, oh, I don't want a Section 8 applicant. And now you have to give them the option. Do you want me to run your credit in your background? Or do you want me to just qualify you based on your income? And that's not me. That's not my policy. That's not the way I prefer to do it. This is the way it is in California now. So please keep that in mind. One of the reasons I bring this up, man, I think in the first 15 years of managing rental property for clients, I've had 1, maybe 2 fair housing complaints. I took the 3 or 4 days off to compile all the information and I submitted it, and there was an investigation and a phone call and emails, and I was cleared. Of course, we don't discriminate. We follow fair housing laws. In the first half of 2024, I've had 6 fair housing complaints, all tied into this Section 8 business and these new laws and changes. 6 since the beginning of 2024. And in the whole 15 years previously, I've had 2. Something has changed out there. And so when I get clients that say, no, I don't want this application, I'm not going to accept them, I don't want to move forward, man, that just really, really, really puts me and my business and my team and in our company in a real, real bad spot because, one way or the other, I'm wrapped up in this. I'm representing you. And if there's a fair housing complaint, who's going to be representing you? Me. This is the way it is now. And if you want to talk about it with me, I'm happy to explain it to you. I'm not happy about it, but this is the state we live in, and these are the laws they're passing, and this is their solution to the housing problem, largely. They're trying to help people out, and I get that. Let's be helpful, but you've worked too hard and have done so much to build up these properties that you're having me manage for you, which I love doing, but it's getting complicated out there. Finally, just want to let you know, SB 721, I think it is, balcony inspections, and I know we've reached out to our clients, but that's another thing that California required, mandated balcony inspections on your multifamily properties. If you have a balcony, it needs to be inspected. Once it's inspected, you have a certain amount of time to make corrections. That's another cost-hitting item that my clients are facing. So if you have any questions, I'm here to help. I'm here to keep you out of trouble, provide you great residents, great tenants, manage your properties, take care of business for you, and provide and share information and just let you know what I'm facing on a day-to-day basis. Let's stay positive. It's always good to be in the rental property business. I love managing property. I love managing property for my clients. My name's Scott. I'm with Harbor Property Management. See my contact information below, and you can call or text me anytime. Have a good day.